Okay, so 12-4, solving quadratic equations. Just keep flipping through till you find it. It looks like this. I know the pages got chopped off. So looking at this right here, here's x squared. It's by itself. It's not by itself yet. We have to get it by itself. So what you do is you divide both sides by 81. Get rid of the 81. We have x squared equals 49 over 81. So the next thing you're going to do is take the square root of both sides. Because x squared, when you take the opposite of x squared, you get x by itself. Remember, the square root and the square cancel each other out. So if you can take the square root of the numbers that are there, do it. If you can't take the square root, then you're going to have to break it down or else simplify it. So the square root of x squared becomes x. But remember, there's two answers when it's x squared. So you have to say positive or negative. There's always a positive answer and there's always a negative answer. And in this case, since it's a fraction, we're just going to take the square root of the top and the square root of the bottom. So the square root of 49 is 7, and the square root of 81 is 9. Okay, so there should be two answers. There's going to be an occasion where there's no answer, and there's going to be an occasion where there's only one answer. But generally, there's going to be two answers. Look at the next one over. We need to isolate the x squared. What do we do to both sides? Subtract the 9, right. So look at what we have. X squared equals negative 9. Now take the square root of both sides. You get x over here, but what number is the square root of negative 9? Daniel, team, put those away. Negative 3, just think about it. That's a good thought. Negative 3 times negative 3 would make positive 9 though, right? That's right. That was a trick one. There's no answer. No solution. Okay, because no two numbers that are the same will ever give you a negative number. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Positive 3 times positive 3 is positive 9. Okay, so that's it. So let's go through a few of them together, and then you guys will practice and work on your homework. Thank you for concentrating. Number 1, you already have x squared by itself. So you take the square root of both sides. X will equal two possible answers, positive and negative 10. That one's easy because you already have the x by itself. But this one, you can't take the square root of both sides yet. What do you have to do? Add 144. And this time it's going to be a positive, so it's going to be okay. So we have x squared equals 144. Take the square root of both sides, and you get positive or negative 12. Now this is going to work anytime you have x squared only. If you have an x squared in the problem and an x in the problem, it's not going to work for you. Plus or minus 12. Don't forget, please, to include the positive number and the negative number, and you're going to see that when you're practicing it. All right, number 3, add 125 to both sides. 5x squared equals positive 125. And then you divide both sides by 5. Okay, so what's the answer going to be? 5? Good. Positive or negative 5. That's it. Okay. Now, if you guys get to where you don't know the square root of the number, then you either have to break it down, or else you have to put it as a decimal depending on what the directions said. In this case, if the solution is irrational, you don't know the square root of the number, then round it to the nearest tenth. So you would use your calculator for that. If there's no solution, there's only going to be one time where it's no solution, and that is when you have a negative number you're trying to take the square root of. All right, number 4, really quickly, plus 16 and plus 16 on both sides. So you have 9x squared equals 16. What do you do now? Divide by 9. Can that reduce? Not reducing though, that's going to be the next step where we make it 4 over 3. So it's going to be x squared equals 16 over 9. Take the square root of both sides. And that's when you get positive or negative 4 over 3. So you have a positive 4 over 3, and you have a negative 4 over 3. Try number 5 right now. Let's do this. What did you get for number 5? No solution for that one. Good job. There was a negative 27, but it comes out to negative 9. You can't take the square of that. Number 6, though. Number 6, when you add 49 to both sides, that part is okay. Plus 49 and plus 49. And then you get 7x squared equals 49. What do you do now? Good. Don't try to take the square root of 49. You divide. You still have to get x squared by itself. So x squared equals 7. Do you know the square root of 7? You don't know it exactly, but you can do it to the nearest 10. So when you take the square root, that's when you need your calculator, the square root of 7, and it comes out to be to the nearest 10th. To the nearest 10th, it was about 2.6. And make sure it's got 2 solutions, plus or minus 2.6. Okay, I only did it to the nearest 10th because that's what the directions said. All right, do the last 3 on your own right now. All right, so number 7, what do you get? Positive or negative, by the way, it's good. That's 2 solutions, 1 positive, 1 negative. For number 8, what do you get? That one was a decimal, wasn't it? Positive or negative, 3.2 to the nearest 10. And the last one? No solution. That's 0 solutions. Okay, good. Go ahead and turn the page. Work on the IXL there. Talking right at the same time. Is that a decimal? Square root of 25 is 5.